Hello. All right. Hello, Michelle. Hope you doing all right today?
Getting terrible coffee.
Oh, okay. So,
Kind of.
right. So, welcome to our podcast, the Coffee and Cocktail Hour. We would like to introduce ourselves. I am Thomas Witcher, and this is Mizuki Aku.
Hi.
So we're just gonna introduce ourselves, like how we met and all that, Yeah. So we first met in college. Mizuki introduced me to K-pop. It was the music video to Blood, Sweat and Tears. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So good.
I remember that so well. Like,
I hope so.
yeah. And I introduced you to Ed Sheeran.
Yes, you did. And well, obviously I knew who Ed Sheeran was before because of like A-Team and all that lot. But for the most part, I actually didn't know like things that he stood for or collabs and the way he released his music and all that lot.
Yeah, no, he's done so many songs and so many collabs. I call Ed the king of collabs because the amount of collabs is done and the amount of songs he's done himself, like the amount of co-writing credits as well on everything.
Yep.
It's like I think that's the same with BTS. I think they've done so many songs and so talented BTS and Ed.
Yeah, I mean, K-pop as a whole, like the production process is just like a massive collaboration. Like, if you look into producers and like the process they go through just to create a song, it's like it can go through like 5 or 6 people sometimes.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Mhm.
bit of a tangent there, but
It's all right. No worries about
never
it.
heard that. Um, where am I setting off? I'm a bit lost after the tangent, not gonna lie.
It's all right. No worries. So, uh, on to the next segment now. Um,
Boundaries?
yes.
Yes. Am I right to
Of
take over?
course. Of
Yeah.
course.
Basically, I don't plan on showing my face anytime soon. There's not really any plan on me ever showing my face as of yet. And Mizuki's not my real name, and it's just because of like mental health reasons and stuff like that. I don't. I've got the confidence to do this to co-host because I've always wanted to have a project with Roger.
Mhm.
Um, but there's a lot of things that like kind of restrict me, I guess the word would be. Like a
Yeah.
lot of self-doubt and stuff. And I need to work through it, and I think me doing this is like a big step.
Hmm.
But I feel proud of myself for being able to do this, definitely, and it's a good push in the right direction.
I
But
agree. Yeah.
if anybody ever finds out my real name or sees what I really look like, I just ask for you not to leak it or just to respect boundaries and respect my privacy and just respect the whole,
Mhm.
I don't know, that I'm a person with like wants, I guess. If that's okay with you guys.
It's understandable. Yeah. It's like having. It is nerve wracking. I get that.
Hmm.
And with like doxing and all that, which is hard because you don't you.
You see it everywhere as well.
Yeah. Exactly. But and then
So,
someone like me who's been uploading videos for almost 10 years now, having a channel for 10 years. Wow, I can't believe it.
yeah.
And of course, you guys know who's watching. Shout out to Michelle, who's commenting. Uh, she
I'm not gonna lie, I've not got the stream up, I'm trying to
It's
find
all
it.
right. No worries about it. She's saying some positive stuff, which, yeah. Um, you know, of course, some of you guys know that I do YouTube for hobby. Thank you, Michelle.
Oh, hi, Michelle. I've only just been able to open up the stream on my own screen.
Yeah, I've done videos for a very long time and having my face out there, which, like, that's what I want to do, and like inspire people to do what they love to do. Like, you want to do this podcast with me, which I appreciate a lot, Mizuki.
Yeah.
I
want to.
Yeah.
I think for far off future is probably within the marketing world. I'm not gonna lie, which is why this is a good project for me to do as well. But yeah, just kind of, yeah. And I would like to take a moment just to say that your channel has like such a nice community, and if we get more people like that watching us, then I'll be 100% confident and comfortable in the future to open up a bit more.
Yeah, you know, like I remember the old days where I didn't have the people who watched my videos was people at school, and that was it. And I'm so grateful for this like community of like music lovers and music fans and Ed Sheeran fans, like a niche audience which have grown over the past couple of years, which I appreciate a lot. Thank you for everyone, especially Michelle, who's commented already. And I've seen you commented on some of my other videos, which I appreciate a lot. You know, yeah.
Go, Michelle.
Yeah. Right, next segment into the podcast now.
Do you want to introduce it or should I?
I'll take the lead on this one if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so this next segment is our favorite music and favorite music genres and artists. Of course, some of you guys know that, of course, Ed Sheeran is my favorite singer ever, and his music means so much to me. You know, his lyrics, his albums, everything about Ed Sheeran. No wonder why I've got a whole channel around Ed. Yeah, I collect his merch, collect CDs, vinyls, yada like that. Which, yeah, and I've been an Ed Sheeran fan. The first time I ever listened to Ed was September 2011. I was in a science lesson at school, and the teacher put on the 18 music video. I was like, okay. And then a month later, and strangely enough, I think it was called mathematics lesson. Weirdly enough, now his tour's called the mathematics tour. and the teacher played Lego House in the mathematics lesson, and then yeah, Lego House. And then a few years down, kept hearing Ed on the radio and that, but it wasn't until 2015 where I listened to Multiply for the first time in full. One to a Fire Love, which made me into a fan of Ed, and that's where it kickstarted. There, it was like October 2015 where I first said Multiply in full. One to a Fire Love, and yeah, that album made me a fan of Ed's, and yeah, and now here we are today. And if you guys didn't know that, Ed does watch my videos sometimes, or and also got, not to brag or anything, don't want to brag, but I got a signed guitar off Ed, you know. So Tom played his guitar.
Brag away.
Okay. I'm not the bragger, but but yeah. And then Ed noticed me on a Zoom call. Thomas, I love that. And yeah, I think Ed made me push me to do better on YouTube, and here we are today. More videos about Ed than ever before, and now this podcast. And yeah, some other artists I listen to is Blackpink. My bias is Jennie. I love the new album. I love the first album. Yeah, BTS as well. Permission to Dance, Make It Right, Dynamite. I'm more of a casual listener to K-pop, where Mizuki is more of a K-pop fan for me. Yeah, I love 2010s music. Where it's like throwback songs. Back to the last decade.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, Mr. Worldwide.
305.
We both love Maisie Peters.
Oh yes.
Me and Mizuki love Maisie
Roger,
Peters.
it's the best person you've ever gotten me into.
Yeah.
I wish that was an over-exaggeration, but she's awesome.
Didn't you get one of her CDs? You
Yes.
signed up for this, yeah.
Yeah. Is it her only album?
Yeah. That's her debut album. I think she's got a second album coming soon. She's released some other songs, I think, which leading into a second album.
Might go try see her live as well.
Yeah, she's doing a little tour next year. Like the Road to Brixton tour. Maisie Peters.
Signed to Ed's label?
Yes,
right?
Gingerbread
I
Man
don't
Records.
want to get
It's alright, yeah.
Gingerbread.
Yeah, she's co-wrote some songs with Ed Psycho, Boy in Hollow from her first album. Like I do love Blonde. Out your life up as a blonde. And Kate's brother. Yeah. Maisie.
Yeah.
Maisie
Peters.
There's an artist called Dylan, who is one of the others that acts on Ed's tour. I do love the song called Nothing Lasts Forever by Dylan. That's a recommendation.
Who was the Japanese band?
One OK Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
they were really good.
They're actually really good. Ed wrote a song called Renegades for them last year, and maybe we could get another song by One OK Rock and Ed. I don't know, but yeah.
When anybody ever says Renegade, and this is like social media's fault, anytime I hear the word Renegade, I think of a TikTok song.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
It's like you're a bigger fan of this girl group, 21. I love some of the songs.
Oh, I love 21.
Yeah.
I cried when they disbanded. Judge
Yeah.
me all in one. It was a sad day.
Mm.
But I love them. Like,
Those-
CL, like the main rapper, still releasing music. Thank God. But yeah.
Iconic 21.
Mm-hmm.
A rapper called Russ.
I've heard of Russ.
Yeah, you have, yeah. It's like Ed's got a collab with him called Are You Entertained? So good, and some other song which I love by Russ called Yes Sir, Yes Sir. Other songs by Russ as well, like Paddington Freestyle, but especially Are You Entertained with Ed as well, yeah. Another rapper, well-known rapper, Stormzy. Of course, the Ed collabs with Stormzy. Take Me Back to London, Shape of You remix, and Own It with Burna Boy as well. I do love Stormzy's new song. I'm not entirely. I think it's called Hide and Seek.
No idea.
It's like Ed Stormzy is singing. It's really good. Hide and Seek. Yeah, Hide and Seek Stormzy. Another K-pop. Aespa. I'm on the next level. Black Mamba.
My favourite.
Yeah. He's listening.
Next level is like a bob.
Na, 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 na. I do love Aespa's some of Aespa's songs. Of course, the godfather of K-pop, Psy. Gangnam Style.
Oh, Uncle Psy.
Open Gangnam Style.
I love Psy.
He made you getting into K-pop, on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then I'll also listen to a bit of Eminem as well. Also, I'm going to go into news a bit later, but like earlier on this week, over the weekend, Ed came on stage with Eminem singing Stan. Like, that was amazing. Yeah. I'm just reading the comments. Hey, Tom and Mizuki, I'm busy, so I won't be here too long, sadly, but I wanted to come on and wish you guys good luck for your first podcast. Thank you, Eileen. I appreciate it a lot.
Thank you.
We love Stormzy. I love Stormzy too, Michelle.
Just to jump in.
Yeah.
Is it Eileen?
Eileen.
The video will be like automatically played. So if you wanted to watch it, it'll be.
Yes, I'll send you the link.
Oh. Look at them. Oh, them. Don't want to assume.
It's her. Yeah.
Okay.
So. And then
we get into my taste.
Of course, I was just about to say, yeah, your taste, yeah.
Nice. Enough of you speaking.
I know, I'm just.
No, I'm kidding. Of course, like we mentioned before, I'm really into K-pop. Sai got me into K-pop about 10 years ago. And then when I first started listening to K-pop, I guess just listened to songs that trended and were viral within the K-pop world. And then got into BTS, and then just got into a lot more separate bands and not just viral or just K-pop as a whole. I also listened to indie, more specifically the 1975, who I've also been listening to for 10 years. Love Matty Healy. I'm off to see the 1975 this January. I'm excited. Oh, yes. And then I also listen to Arctic Monkeys, who are in the indie genre. I still listen to some alternative groups from like back in from the emo phase. That happened. We'll talk about it later. Some pop music like Doja Cat and Nicki, who is part of 88 Rising, and Joji, them kind of rappers. And then for my entire life, I've always listened to 80s music, 90s music, and musicals. So that's mine.
Nice. I just love that we've got different music interests, which is amazing, and kind of similar with K-pop and a bit of UK music, which was our initial idea for this podcast, wasn't it?
As the kind of idea grew, I guess it just kind of more. The idea of what the podcast is going to be kind of. So
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Should we go on to past music interests?
Yes, we will.
Okay. Do you want to start or should I start? I don't know.
You want me to start this time again?
Yeah.
So, who I used to listen to, I used to listen to Michael Jackson, like, because Mum introduced me to his music. Like, she's a fan of Michael Jackson, and yeah, my entire childhood I listened to Michael Jackson's music. His songs, for me personally, I love how he dances in that, and him as a performer on stage and his songs. Yeah, it's so catchy. And then I used to listen to, I still listen to hip hop, but it's like I used to play quite a bit of San Andreas when I was younger, so I used to always listen to the hip hop stations, like Radio Los Santos on San Andreas, like 50 Cent, no, not Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, yeah. Well, 50 Cent's still a good rapper, I think. Yeah,
It's the candy shop. That's the only. I think that's gonna be 50 Cent song now.
You can find me in a club. Mommy get it, extra you taking. Yeah, that one in the club. That's his most popular song.
I remember.
I just, yeah, WWE songs. I used to listen to WWE songs. I was like a massive WWE fan. And like, yeah, like, and do 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 do. I still do watch WWE, but not as much.
I love John Cena.
Mm.
He's a fan of BTS.
Oh yes, he is. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of John Cena because he's a fan of BTS, but
Still,
it's just a bonus.
still need them to meet John Cena and BTS.
Definitely, it needs to. Even I will arrange it if I have to.
Yeah.
I keep getting stuck on this level. Sorry.
Eminem, wish it. Same. I do wish Eminem and Ed did another song as well. I love River, Remember the Name, and Those Kind of Nights. Like, so good. Can you believe for that turn 4? I know, right? Like, the seed, crazy. Like, the most Thriller's like the best-selling album of all time. Like over 100 million copies or something. Yeah, I know that the CD's coming out with Thriller 40 very soon. And yeah.
What's this?
About Michael Jackson's Thriller album.
I don't really pay attention to Michael Jackson.
It's alright. It's turning 40. The album's turning 40 years old, so it's having like a special album to like unreleased songs on it, I believe. Yeah. So shall we move on to your past musical interests? Yeah, cool.
Mine is again like a mixture of like a lot of random stuff. I used to listen to 5 Seconds of Summer. I still do here and there. Like I'll give the albums a listen when they would get released. Green Day, Panic at the Disco, and Fall Out Boy. They were just like the main ones that stuck out to me from like email errors, I guess, that I went through in my life, to be honest. I would like to think everybody goes through a nice healthy emo phase. I don't necessarily agree with everything Panic does anymore, I guess, but yep. Frankie Valli from, I want to say the 60s? Was that his era?
I think so, around that, yeah.
And then also, don't make fun of me. Well, whoever's watching has got to promise me you can't laugh at me for saying this. But I used to listen to Minecraft songs.
I love the one Minecraft song where it's like, mine diamonds. I love that song, you know.
They are funny, and I will admit they're funny. The cringe part of it is when I was listening to them earlier in my life, I was seriously listening to them. Like, I was like, yeah, this is really good.
Same with me with WWE songs. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't really think of anybody else. They're the ones that kind of stuck out for me.
No.
The kind of areas. Yes, Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco. Yes, Michelle. I don't hate the music that they bring out anymore, but I guess I've moved on. Panic I did listen to for a while after the emo phase, but the lead singer said some very questionable things and it kind of put me off a little bit. So. Yes. We can move on from that though, because it is a very heavy subject to talk about.
On to the next segment now, about charts. Yeah. The charts.
This is just kind of highlighting things that are like apparent in the charts. Kind of going viral, I guess.
So, yeah. So, you know, we've all heard about this artist, Taylor Swift, you know, all this, yes, like some people call the music industry, you know, around Midnight's I think it's the most streamed album. I'm not too sure, but the most streamed album in the first 24 hours. I don't know. But yeah, like all on Billboard, top 10 of a songs from Midnight, and yeah, crazy. That her albums.
Yeah. The next one we put down is he hasn't got an album out. It's Sam Smith with Unholy. I wanted to highlight that song because I cannot get it out of my head, but it is like so good. But now it's like I can fully like recognize that a lot of songs will go big through TikTok, and I don't think it's anything artists should shy away from at all. But you should go listen to it.
Speaking of Sam Smith, you know, just a few hours ago, he's confirmed the track list of his upcoming album, which is called Gloria, coming 27th of January, and it's got an Ed Sheeran collab on it. It's called Who We Love. I'm not sure if that's going to be a single yet or if it's coming out on the album.
I can't imagine it not having its own, you know?
Yeah.
It's Ed Sheeran.
I know, right? The king of collabs, as I like to call it. Yeah. Yeah. Which I'm excited for that song. Who We Love, Sam Smith, 27th of January.
We'll probably end up talking about it, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I think we've got a stream lined up for the same date or a similar around the time date.
Around that, yeah. Around then. Blackpink shut down. You know, Blackpink released their album back in September. Shut down. Still in the charts, I believe, yeah.
I believe so. When I looked to kind of verify information, it was still there. So.
And the shutdown.
Next for I guess it's the album as a whole, 1975. Again, I'm mentioning them. Which their album is like popping off, but I get why. Like every album they create is like a moment in itself. So it has a running subject and everything like that. Like their old albums just kind of have a running theme throughout, and it's a really good album. I bought it, so
nice.
It must be good.
The next artist is Ed Sheeran. You know, his album Equals still in the top 10 in the UK albums chart as well, and so, yep.
Just saying icon.
Exactly, he is an icon in my eyes and your eyes as well, which is
be in everybody's eyes.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you know, and
it's the moment.
Yes.
Arctic Monkeys have got. How many did I say when we were looking through the charts? Was it 3 albums that they've got in the charts?
Maybe like 3 or 2. I'm not sure.
Because they've got the one that they've just released, which I cannot remember the name of because I'm terrible with album names sometimes. AM, which is like their iconic one, and then the older one that has like Mardy Bum and all them iconic songs.
It might have been 3 albums in
3 albums, and one of those albums came out while I was still younger, like when I was in secondary school. I believe one of those albums was released. So,
wow.
If you've not heard, I feel like Arctic Monkeys is one of those kind of bands where it's like the band that no one's heard of but everybody knows.
Yeah.
Like K-pop 5 years ago. So. Yes. It's the banger. Olivia Rodrigo for the next one. For her entire album. That is still in the charts. It's a whole moment.
Yeah.
Great storytelling. Kind of stuff. I kind of ignore all the drama that was around it. I have to, or I don't think I'd enjoy it as much.
It's like for me, I've only listened to a couple songs, like singles, like Driver's License, Good For You. I think Good For You is my favourite song by her. Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
And Deja
Vu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Good For You is I think after you like come out of a relationship, it just kind of. It's a good song that represents maybe all the petty feelings you have, or the petty thoughts you have towards your ex after you break up, which it's just, I don't know, it's one of those songs I think that kind of make people feel less crazy, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Michelle. Great taste. I fucking love. Oh, I just swore.
It's alright.
Susan's gonna cancel us. For weeks, I have been saying I will swear, not drop the F-bomb.
It's only one. Don't worry about it. I've done it in the past. I've done it plenty of times on my channel.
This is the first episode. If I cannot stop myself from saying the F-bomb, we've got no hope. But anyway, Olivia Rodrigo, the woman that will always be known for the reason I swore.
Shall we go on to the next?
I guess my favourite song would be Jealous. Jealousy? It's an iconic song. But anyway, yes, moving on.
Yes.
I need to forget the last 2 minutes.
The news announcements.
Yes.
So, Ed Sheeran's new album called Subtract. Ed Sheeran confirmed the album Subtract on the Breakfast Club the other week, and it's coming next year. And then literally last Friday, Ed literally subtracted all of his Instagram posts, and literally everywhere on social media, it's literally white on his profile picture and white on his cover banner as well.
That is when you know a guy does not care about clout.
Exactly, yes. When it just...
Michelle's laughing at me.
Yeah. We all do
I see you, Michelle. No, I'm joking. It's fine.
And then also Ed's been shooting some music videos, or a music video. I'd say in multiple music videos in Suffolk, the past about a week or so, for the new album as well. And then Ed...
Have you ever been to Suffolk?
I haven't, no. I've never been to Suffolk.
Neither have I. I wonder if it actually exists.
I would love to see Framlingham Castle. That would be good to see. The actual castle on the hill.
I didn't know it was written about a real castle.
It's alright.
But it was a metaphor. He uses a lot of metaphors.
It does, yeah. But that was actually about Framlingham Castle. Yeah. And then Ed has had 4 albums in the top 10 recently, with Equals and then Plus Multiply, Divide, have all been in the top 10 of album charts for 52 weeks and over, which is amazing. And then Shivers surpassing 1 billion streams on Spotify recently as well, and that's
in like my top 3 from that
album. Yeah, like one of yours is Overpass Graffiti as well, isn't it?
Oh, that one's my favourite.
So underrated as a single, in my opinion, for Overpass Graffiti.
I think it should have been more of a moment.
Exactly.
I kind of like it more than Bad Habits.
All the fans agree.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And then, of course, earlier that I said that Ed Sheeran to appear on Sam Smith's album called Who We Love, potentially coming 27th of January. Or if it's a single, I'll let you guys know. Yeah.
Do I get to talk about Elton John now?
Of course. The icon. Sir Elton John.
I guess this is more gamerish news. I want to come, let's say, badly. Oh, Suffolk. I'm assuming she means Suffolk. We've got a bit of a stream delay, so yeah, just so
understandable.
Yeah. But no, Elton John has created a Roblox land and is set to virtually perform on the popular game, which honestly, somebody had to do it on Roblox. Oh, didn't Dua Lipa do something on Roblox?
I'm not entirely too sure, to be honest.
I know somebody else did. I've got down here on my little notes that Ariana Grande and Travis Scott have performed on Fortnite, and that was a whole moment. BTS's Dynamite had a Fortnite collab. Blackpink performed on PUBG, and Ed Sheeran and Post Malone all had Pokemon collabs, which you probably know more about the Ed Sheeran stuff than I did. But Yeah, I think it's like you know when we had the pandemic and people were starting to like have live shows virtually.
Yeah.
I think artists collabing with gaming platforms um is like a new industry trend, I guess would be the label for it.
Hmm.
Um, do you have any more information on the Pokemon thing with Ed Sheeran?
Yeah. So it was last year. Ed did a collab with Pokemon Go originally. And then it wasn't an in-game performance, but it was like some cosmetic item. It was like the Equals hoodie, which was in Pokemon Go. It was like an Ed Sheeran event, and then Ed did a. It wasn't in-game, but it was like a little live acoustic performance that we did for Pokemon Go. That's when it like started a bit, and then earlier on this year, Ed did like a collab with Pokemon, like a literal Pokemon collab, where the entire music video was Pokemon, everything, and yeah, and it's going to be featured in a new Pokemon game, Celestial, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, coming November 19th, I believe November 19th, on Nintendo Switch. Yeah.
I didn't.
Mm.
I knew Ed Sheeran's was like a whole moment, like on TikTok and everything. I remember that.
Mm.
But in terms of the song itself, I don't think I actually. I remember listening to Post Malone's.
Yeah. It's good. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's a really good idea to do collab with games because they're just getting a whole more
Exactly. I recommend the song.
recognition. Okay, I shall listen to it. I
Watch
think I added the song to a Spotify playlist
You
that we
did,
will talk about
But I
later.
recommend you watch the music video with it, because that's when.
I shall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see all your favorite Pokemons.
Pokemon was like my jam.
Yeah.
Indigo. Next news thing, I guess.
Yes.
BTS officially have the most number one single decade. Go off, sis. Which then just pushes them further with the whole thing that happened. I don't know when, a couple of months ago, a few months ago, where they charted 4 number one albums, less than any group since Beatles.
Crazy.
Iconic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think BTS is one of those things that have been good for the music industry, where it's just kind of like they have a message attached to the group. I've come across a lot of people that have been like, they're not even that great and blah blah blah. Like, okay, if you don't like their music, but you cannot say kind of making sure people have their own voice and heard and listened to. Great. So. Round of applause for BTS. I did a very quiet one, so do not.
They're icons now. They're icons now.
Yeah. Yeah. A long, long journey. We'll probably talk more about their journey in a future episode.
Yes.
Yeah. Wink, wink. Should we move on to the next?
Yes, on to the next segment.
Do you want me to introduce it?
Of course, yeah.
This part of it, we're nearly finished the podcast. Cocktail hour, coffee and cocktail hour over. Big sad, cries. But one of the last segments we've got is kind of just highlighting music we've been listening to recently, like songs that we can't get out of our head or things like that. Mm-hmm. So take it away, Roger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go on.
So, the songs that I've listened to albums, but songs that I love at the moment is First Time, Celestial by Penguins by Ed Sheeran. Like, Celestial's, like we said earlier, such a good song with Pokemon. You know, and the song itself. Yeah, I love Celestial too. And then Penguins and First Times, it's like fully acoustic, like, you know, like which is going to be the entirety of Ed's next album, some tracks like lo-fi acoustic, which I can't wait for. Yeah, and It's like I listen to a lot of Ed songs, like his albums and collabs and that all the time, but them 3 songs have stood out to me recently. Yeah.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Awesome. I've been listening to, I cannot get a K-pop called New Jeans, which are fairly new. They've debuted this year. And their songs Attention and Hype Boy are like an actual moment. Like, it's people who, like, everybody watching needs to go listen to these songs. They're like so good. And then another K-pop group called G Idol. I've loved them, like, always. But recently I've been listening to My Bag, which is an old song. It's not like an old song, like their newest. But it is like, if you're somebody who parties, then this song will be like dance flourish kind of popping off kind of music, I guess. And then a bit of a 180, Ghost, a rock band that I will say a sibling of mine got me into. Their song Mary on a Cross from 2019. I heard it originally through TikTok. And then, a sibling of mine, like, played me the group as a whole, and I just started listening to Mary on a Cross. And I could not stop singing it. I kept singing it into Roger's ears during phone calls.
Yeah, you introduced
and I made him listen to it.
You introduced me to that song, didn't you?
Yes, and I will not accept anything but that song is great as a reaction.
You recommend it, don't you?
And they've sneak peeked a upcoming tour in Europe.
Ooh.
And I don't know if they count UK as Europe. I think they're Swedish. But yeah, they're awesome. And then their whole concept as a band is like great, and it needs to be talked about because it's awesome. I'm hopefully going to see them live. So yeah.
Yes.
Next segment.
Tours.
Transition. Yes. Yeah, this part we're just gonna kind of talk about who's either currently touring or have an upcoming tour soon. And for the first one, obviously I've already spoken about it, is the 1975. I cannot wait. Oh my god, Michelle is gonna be my best friend. I just saw a comment, Ghost. Ah! Oh my god. Anyway, going back to the topic at hand. 1975 have already started their tour. They're in America currently. I think they arrived in the UK in January, and I will be going to see them. I'm excited. I cannot breathe. But, and yeah, they're awesome. I cannot wait. I don't know how else to say it. Do you want to talk about the next one, or should I?
Blackpink, they're currently on tour at the moment. They're in America at the moment. They'll soon be in the UK.
December, right?
Yeah, they're in the UK in December at is it the O2 Arena? I'm not entirely sure.
I think so. I think one date's the last day of November, and then
and then the beginning of December. Yeah.
No, let's be honest. It's K-pop, so they'll only be going to London. Sadly.
They went to Manchester the last tour, didn't they?
I know, but
yeah,
they can't keep that up apparently, which is really sad. I think that is my one issue. And this is a bit of a tangent, but I think my one issue with K-pop is they only ever go to London here, and it's such a missed opportunity. For the next group, tangent over before I go on. 5 Seconds of Summer, having a tour in Australia, if my research is correct. I was really shocked to hear that they were touring because I know they've not long finished a tour this year. Hopefully it kicks off a bigger tour if I don't, because I kind of really like their new album, so I might go see it. And then also Dreamcatcher, I was going to go, couldn't, sadly. Too much on my plate, I guess. I don't know. And then ITZY, they're also touring soon, very soon. Do you want to talk about next artist?
I think I've seen a clip of Lil Nas X performing in, is it Amsterdam on Instagram? But I'm not,
oh, nice.
I wasn't too sure if it was touring or not. I knew you knew, but and then
I saw like it kind of glazed over. Like when I was looking up tour to put on this list, that kind of his name popped up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then Ed Sheeran's tour in Australia, New Zealand, February and March 2023, and then North America, I think May to September 2023 for North America.
Watch Roger get like a plane ticket. It's gonna happen. I can see it. And then a singer that I've been listening to a lot, like I've recently really gotten into him and over the past week, is Oliver Tree. He's touring. He's a great rap artist. And he's got really funny visuals in his music videos.
That goes on and on and on. Is that the song?
Yes, that's the song. He's hilarious. He kind of broke his face, but still did his Genius interview, so it was bandaged. It was great. It was a moment. Not that he broke his face, but that he still did his Genius interview.
Yeah.
His face was broken. Next segment.
It's the last segment.
Obviously, with this being the introduction episode, yeah, we kind of thought we'll tell you the next episode topic and then just talk about our the general way we're gonna structure things and everything in future episodes about the series, and then an announcement. It's not a massive announcement. It's an announcement.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I did say North America, United States. Yeah, for... Oh, nice.
Oh, nice, Michelle.
Hopefully Ed announces some intimate theatre shows for next year as well. Hopefully you'll be able to see as well. Yes, we love Eddie, you know.
Yes. Right. For the next episode, our topic will be drum roll, please. Let's imagine a drum roll because, again, I don't want to hurt anybody's ears with banging.
They're just me actually doing it.
Oh, I could not hear it. Discord's got such good sound. Broken face out. We've got such a delayed.
We do. It's my computer.
It's fine.
It's my computer. Oh well.
It's fine.
But I'm glad.
I think there's always some stream delay, so don't.
But I'm glad you guys can hear me in Mizuki, you know. Which.
Yeah. Like if there is any kind of issues or if the quality is not the best, just let us know and we'll try our best to.
Yeah.
Increase quality and all that.
Mhm.
But yes, tangent again. I'm terrible for tangent. Our next episode topic is K-pop episode. My area of expertise. Hopefully, I'll get Roger into some K-pop in that episode. That's my plan.
You have tried to get in some like other K-pop artists before, didn't you?
The last time we did it, I didn't listen to a lot of new artists, so it was a lot of the older stuff. So,
which we'll talk about next episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
This time around, I'll be able to speak on newer artists. And then the running segments and everything throughout the series, it will be the same kind of segment. This one. I guess tours we'll talk about on and off with me trying to go to more concerts and everything. I'll be able to talk about those. I guess in general we'll talk about like top threes of the certain topic. Journeys of like old versus new in terms of industries and just things like that and things that are happening in the can you think of anything else that we'd be talking about in future episodes?
Well, like the next episode or the next few episodes.
Just episodes in general, like a general
yeah, so
concept, theme.
yeah, so after the K-pop episode, we're going to talk about UK music, which I'm kind of more in that area, UK music, and then I think soon we're going to do like a Christmas episode, and then
Don't unveil all of our episodes.
That's all. Yeah, that's all I'm revealing so far.
But no, we do have a general skeleton to episodes of how we'll.
Yeah.
So everything that we talk about gets like a fair kind of perspective and look into it.
Yeah.
Because with some of these kind of topics that we're gonna talk about, it'll be stuff that Michelle.
Yeah, I'm
so is it?
Laughing. Yeah.
It's Thomas Roger. I've only ever called him Roger. It's my mistake.
Yeah.
I will try calling him Thomas, so there's confusion.
It's like, you've always called me Roger, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever known you as Thomas.
Yeah, it's a bit. Well, everyone calls me Thomas on YouTube, but you always call me Roger.
I
just talk about it.
Anyway, going back to what I was saying. Comment.
Yep.
Yeah, there's going to be some topics we talk about that we may not have a massive information base information of. Like, there'll always be different levels, so there might be some times where the episodes might change up a little bit, and we use that episode to kind of do a deep dive to kind of see what we like about the industry and what we don't like, or about the topic, not the industry. Mixing up words. Yeah. Onto the announcement. Take it away, Roger.
So yeah. So is the announcement about the next what time the next episode is and all that?
Yes, and then the other one.
Yeah.
About the about the Spotify.
Oh yes. Right, the Spotify playlist first. So, we will link the every episode. What we're going to do is all the songs that we talk about. We're going to compile them all into a Spotify playlist, or maybe potentially a YouTube playlist as well. So you can so you can listen to the songs that we recommend in the playlist below on Spotify. Roger that.
We both just read the show. Like at the same time.
But yeah, the Spotify playlist, every episode we just compile all the songs together, and for the next episode, which is in 2 weeks' time, it's going to be every Thursday. Are we going to start at 8 p.m. UK time in 2 weeks?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to start. Yeah. We thought. Well, you had some scheduling issues, didn't you? And
I did. I keep hiccuping. I don't know if it comes through on the mic, but I'm like trying to restrict hiccups. Okay, awesome.
So yeah, every two weeks on a Thursday, 8 p.m. UK time.
Yes.
Starting from
We're starting today, I guess.
Yeah.
The next one will be
24th of November, the second episode, the K-pop episode. Yeah.
Party time!
Yeah. Can't wait. It's been fun, hasn't it?
Yes. Also, I would like to comment on, with the Spotify playlist, we're going to have the main playlist, which is the title of the podcast, be songs that are personal for us that we highlight as, I guess, favorites, and then each episode will create a playlist of general recommendations and all that lot. by topic, so we'll end up having like a full set of topic playlists.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
And then we will also do it on YouTube for people that don't use Spotify.
Yeah.
I don't use Apple Music, so I won't be able to do Apple Music.
Nah, just YouTube and Spotify would be perfect. Well, thank you, Michelle.
Yes. Oh, we will link it. I don't know if Roger already linked it, but
I'll link it after the stream. Yeah. What time is that for North America? Wait, bear with me a second. Let me use a time conversion.
I haven't.
8 p.m. UK time in which state?
It'll just be like, is it 9 hours ahead?
I'm not
of
sure.
Us?
But it says 3 p.m. Washington DC.
Yeah, I think it's just the same as like London time.
Yeah.
Washington.
Yeah. So 3 p.m. Washington DC. But I appreciate it, you know, just coming by, just having a good time on here. Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening. I was also trying to find the time for some reason.
It's alright.
But yeah. I'm actually really excited.
Same.
My nerves have really subsided from at the beginning.
That's good, I'm glad, yeah.
So, yay!
So it's almost an hour, so yeah. So thank you to everyone who's tuned in the first episode of the Coffee and Cocktail Hour. Shout outs to Michelle.
Yes,
shout out to Eileen.
Michelle.
That's who else commented, you know, and shout outs to everyone who has viewed the stream as well. And
me and Shell are gonna become best friends.
Yeah, you two. Central. I think that is central. Yeah, I'm not entirely too sure with American time zones.
We've got an Instagram, so we will announce it for both times.
Oh yes, we'll figure. Yeah, so yeah, our Instagram is Intro-Extroverse. Yes. Yeah, we'll do like American time zones and no worries about it. No worries about it. Thank you for always commenting on my videos and commenting on this podcast. Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle. So yeah, thank you everyone who's yeah. I'm so grateful for everyone who's listened to us tonight.
Who will listen to us?
Thank you, Michelle. And yeah, and that is it, innit?
Yeah, that's everything.
Yeah.
That's everything.
So everyone take care, stay safe.
See you in
2 weeks. Bye.